Today, we are talking about something that could totally change the way you work. We're going to talk about building an AI that actually has a memory, an AI that remembers you. I mean, think about it. Does it ever feel like you're talking to a genius who has, like, total amnesia? You give it all the right context, it spits out this brilliant answer, and then, poof, it's gone. The very next day, you're starting completely from scratch. It's this quiet frustration we all have with the AI tools we're using right now. So let's just call this what it is, the AI amnesia loop. It's this frustrating cycle where, most of us are basically using AI like a slightly smarter, much faster Google. We ask a question, we paste in some context, we get an answer, and then we do the exact same thing all over again tomorrow. And this is where it gets really interesting. On the left, that's the loop. It's where we're all stuck right now. And yeah, it works, but nothing ever builds on itself. But on the right, that's the promise. That's an AI that remembers what you've done, reuses your best ideas, and lets your knowledge actually compound over time. Okay, so how do we get out of that loop and get to the promise? Well, it all starts by asking a totally different question. We have to shift our mindset. It's not about speed anymore. It's about memory. See, this is the old way of thinking. How do I make it faster? This question is all about the transaction. And that's what keeps us trapped in that amnesia loop, right? We're just treating AI like this disposable tool we use for one-off tasks. But this is the new question, and it's so much more powerful. How do I make AI remember what I've already learned? This completely reframes the goal. Suddenly, it's not about getting a quick answer. It's about building this personal knowledge base that gets smarter and more valuable every single time you use it. And that is the absolute key. It's a huge mindset shift. We're moving away from seeing AI as just a tool, like a calculator or a search engine, and starting to see it as a true thinking partner, something that learns with you, that grows with you, and helps you build on your own best ideas. So, what does this look like in practice? Well, this brings us to the solution, a system called the Local-First Agentic Second Brain. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple and really elegant. Let's break it down. So, at its heart, it's a totally private system that runs right on your own computer. It goes through and indexes everything you create. We're talking notes, documents, code, decisions, you name it. And it uses all of that to build a personalized memory layer just for you that your AI can then tap into. Let's run through the key features here. So, it indexes all your stuff. It builds that local memory layer using a cool technique called RAG. And then, this is the magic part, it automatically pulls in the right context when you need it. Plus, it generates new content in your specific formats, and it can turn your common prompts into repeatable workflows. And the best part? It all runs locally, so your data is always 100% private. All right, so how does this whole personal AI brain thing actually work? Let's take a quick peek under the hood. I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. It really boils down to a pretty straightforward 5-step process. First, it indexes all of your work. Then, it uses that to build a local memory right on your machine. So when you ask it for something, it dives into that memory, retrieves the most relevant context from your past, runs your command, and then generates a brand new output based on your knowledge, not the generic internet. And the main way you interact with this whole system is through something called commands. Now, these aren't just your average prompts. Think of them more like pre-built workflows that are designed to take your most boring, repetitive tasks and turn them into these powerful one-click actions. So for example, just imagine typing /proposal. The system could instantly dive into all your past client projects, pull up your best templates and winning examples, and draft a brand new client-ready proposal, all structured in the exact format that you like. Or what about this? You type /deck. And just like that, the command outlines an entire presentation for you. It pulls from your previous research, your strategy docs, and it builds a clear story, complete with speaker notes for every single slide. And hey, for all the product managers and engineers out there, check this one out, the /brief command. It can generate a super detailed project brief, automatically filling in the scope, the constraints, and even the acceptance criteria based on similar projects you've done before. So what does all this add up to? I mean, this isn't just about saving a few minutes here and there. This is about unlocking the unbelievable power of compounding your own knowledge, your own work, day after day. You get to stop all the frustrating stuff. Stop rewriting the same things over and over. Stop re-explaining context to your AI every single morning. Stop starting every project from a terrifying blank page.
And instead, you get to start reusing decisions you've already made, applying frameworks that you know work, and shipping faster and with way more consistency than you ever thought possible.
And here's the thing. This is meant to be execution-grade AI. This isn't just a fun little tech demo or a toy. It's a robust system that's built for professional output. It makes sure that what it creates for you is structured, scannable, and actually ready to be used in the real world. So, who is this really for? Well, honestly, it's for anyone whose job requires them to think for a living. We're talking engineers, product managers, founders, designers, leaders, really anyone who does knowledge work on a daily basis.
And I'm going to say this one more time because it is so, so important. All of your data, all of your notes, your entire library of thinking, it stays local on your machine. Your work stays completely private. And that's not an accident. It is a core part of the design.
So that leaves us with one final big question to think about. Let's forget about just getting faster answers for a second. Let's think bigger. What could you actually build? What could you create? What could you achieve if your most